AI, once again, this topic is not going away. It's here to stay. It is essentially taking over. You can already see it. Every day a new AI product is out. You know, the Actors Guild is on strike right now.
Yes.
Because what's happening is, you know, these big Hollywood execs, they're saying, all right, well, listen, we're going to hire you as an extra for a day part. You're just going to be an extra. We're going to pay you for that one day, but we want to scan you. So we can use your likeness whenever we want as an extra in any movie scene we want.
That's what the strike's about?
Part of it.
Holy shit.
It's not the A-list actors who are getting paid millions and millions of dollars.
It's like for people in a crowd.
It's, well, not just for that, but it's the lower tier people.
Right.
It's the people that aren't getting the big contracts.
Right.
And that's why, is because what's happening is they are trying to essentially start filling in all those areas, being able to repeat, let AI take over, and we can scan that person, we can dress them differently, and we can insert them in the background of, you know, another movie or another show.
Right.
And we only had to pay them one day.
Wow.
Normally, something like that, you would get royalties off of if you could see a clear, you know, picture of someone's face. That person's face, that person owns that likeness.
Right.
So there's a, you know, and I think it's a little bit about more than that, but it's about, you know, the execs not paying and treating non-A-list celebrities well. And I think the A-list celebrities are coming to support of the, you know, I'm not going to say the little guy, because they're what make these productions happen. You know,
it's like Westworld, dude.
And I even saw an article today. It was this guy Dylan, a wrestler. He's a little person. And what he's saying is, so, you know, there's a new Willy Wonka movie coming out. They had Hugh Grant playing an Oompa Loompa.
Wow.
Why wouldn't you just get somebody from that community?
Yeah.
And what he was saying is there's already so little spaces for a little person. Oh, they're going to be an elf, a dwarf. When a part like that comes up, why wouldn't you put in somebody from that community instead of making Hugh Grant look like a Oompa Loompa?
Yeah, dude.
Does that make sense?
It's weird.
It is weird. Or maybe they needed his face for like a more of a main character, and, you know, he draws more people in maybe, but that mixed with AI.
Yeah.
He's like, to become an actor and to get jobs in an act is already so minute, the ones who make it. And now you're, you know, wanting to use AI to generate, you know, a ton of us.
Right.
And not pay us.
Right.
I read there's something called super alignment, and there is some need for some scientific and technical breakthroughs to steer the control of AI systems that are going to, and probably already are, much smarter than we are.
Yeah.
And what it's saying is AI will hit a level of super intelligence, which will be the most impactful technology humanity has ever invented and could help us solve many of the world's problems.
Yes.
Treatments for disease. I mean, if you think about the processing power, you know, the DNA structures of what medicine, this super fucking intelligent thing could do the work of 30 years of you know, tests and trials. It might just be able to compute something that's like, I've got your answer. This vast power of superintelligence could also be extremely dangerous if we do not know how to govern it, structure it. And it says while superintelligence seems a little far off now, they believe it could arrive within the decade. And it's saying managing these risks will require new institutions for governance, solving the problem of superintelligence alignment. We don't have a solution for steering or controlling a potentially super intelligent AI and preventing it from going rogue. What if it decides humans are annoying? The reins we're putting on it.
Yeah.
These pests. I don't need you.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, and that's all like doomsday stuff. You know, it could be good. Could be really good. You know, they might figure out
the great
way
filter,
to, like, generate rainbows or something.
I mean,
you know,
it's crazy, because I also read today too that there is this thing called like Worm GPT. So basically, there is something now that is, they've made an AI use malware and create these phishing and email scams on such a mass level that they are going to, you know how right now you get a phishing email,
right?
Like, you're like, oh shit, look, the IRS wants to talk to me,
right?
But then you start looking, either the grammar is off like a hair.
That's right.
Or you click on the email it came from and it's a weird ass email, right? Which kind of tells you, well, this isn't from Microsoft. That's one of your clues, but they're getting harder. But what it was saying is AI using malware and these phishing scams in such a precise and mass amount, they're going to be really hard to discern what's real.
Well, what about
what's fake?
What about the belief or the idea that we're in a simulation? This is all a simulation of some sort, that we're in a program of sorts already.
Like the Matrix. We've talked about this
and
before.
That, you know, the AI.
This is the moment we introduce AI to them again.
Yeah, the AI that we're creating helps us identify ourselves as the creator of our own reality. You know?
Pretty damn deep right there, though.
Yeah.
Or this has happened before. The higher powers that are controlling this reality that we are in are like, okay, it's about time to introduce AI to their world again.
Yeah.
Before we wipe them out and then bring them back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a very interesting thing when you look at how little we know about history, you know.
And the civilizations that were before us. These
we have amnesia. We don't have the ability to all we have are books.
Or structures.
Or, architecture, you know. I mean,
Whatever.
All we have is what's left behind. We don't know what really happened.
We've unearthed very little
Yeah.
of some of these ancient societies.
Yeah.
Where you look at it like, wow, we do know a lot, but
we know something, you know.
But we don't know the whole,
We don't
or
know
even
the
a part of the whole.
Well, you know, you have the library in Alexandria that was burned, and that was so significant of information in that library. I mean, you had all of human history up to that point, and it was burned. A lot of things happened in the 1500s, dude, that are really, really weird. We'll get to that in another episode.
Yeah, I just thought this superintelligence, it's a bit scary. And I don't know how they're going to rein it in. I mean, because you've got Elon Musk just launched his AI.
Well, have you seen Westworld?
Yes.
All right, so you know the part in Westworld, right? And if you haven't seen Westworld, it's like there's this theme park where you can go and kill people, and it doesn't matter. Yeah. But they're actually robots, and so they're not real people. They just look like real people.
But then the robots start, because the robots' memories are supposed to completely be erased.
Yeah.
After they die, and they bring them back. But what happens is they start having flashbacks and remembering things that have been done to them, almost like a human.
Well, and ultimately what they find out is the whole thing is just on a computer server. But the odd part of it to me is that there's this blurred line where the people who are visitors, right, they pay a lot of money and they come. I mean, this is only for the richest of the rich. But then there's a certain point in the show where they realize that they're not actually human anymore, that they themselves are robots. And they're playing the role of the person who's there
doing what they're doing.
And they're just as much a part of the simulation as the others, where they thought they were just coming to visit, but they actually never left. Because on the way in, they only just got there once, but they never actually left.
They were scanned. Or they were embedded.
They were downloaded.
Downloaded.
That's right. Their conscious.
Whatever the process was for achieving that, for taking a human and basically making them.
Yeah. These episodes where they were cutting into their skin because they realized all of a sudden that they didn't know if they were, how long they had been there.
It's fucking crazy. We don't know. I mean, I do know this though.
And we die and pretty soon, like pretty quickly, our lifespans aren't that long. We have ideas of reincarnation and different types of things with different religious beliefs, of reincarnation, whether it be a reincarnation on this earth or you go and you live in heaven forever kind of a thing, like you never die. We have this idea of something to that effect,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say that the moon is this thing that takes the souls and recycles the souls and sends them back to the earth. And so there's all these weird ideas, kind of like a video game. When you get killed, you just start over the next game. A lot of people believe in reincarnation.
I'm going to come back as a moth.
There's some interesting things out there. I mean, I was listening to physicists, or whatever, these people are doing this research, and they're saying that he thinks like 50+% probability that we're in a simulation, because when they dig down into the very deepest, smallest things, that everything becomes like ones and zeros, just like a computer program. But we couldn't create a mosquito, right?
We can
think of how complex but think about how crazy it is, how things just grow to, like, I don't know, man. Life is wild.
Nature.
Life is wild. Nature's wild.
Nature is wild.
It's vicious.
It's
beautiful.
It's a vicious cockfight. Hey, once again, thanks for listening to the ManFUzed Podcast. Join the show. Hit us up, manfused.com or 770-744-5227. Talk to you soon.
Have a nice day.
Goodbye.